What's up, ladies? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can tell, I am updating you all on my fibroid procedure that I had done a couple years ago. It is the uterine fibroid embolization. I got the procedure done in 2017, so like 2 years ago. And the reason why I got the uterine fibroid embolization done is because I was having so many issues with the fibroid, and at that time I didn't even really know that the fibroid was a cause of it until I went to my gynecologist, and he was letting me know that it was, 6 centimeters. Another one, I think it was like 4 or something like that. And how I was pressing down on my uterine. It was just a lot, uterus, and it was just a lot to take in at that time because I really didn't know too much about the fibroid in general. Like, our community, especially the Black community, they don't really talk about fibroids. And it was funny because after me coming out and talking about my fibroid and talking about how I want to get this procedure done, it was just so many women from so many different countries, even our own country, that even close to us as friends and family members and things like that, people coming and saying how they too have fibroids and how it has affected so many things, whether trying to get pregnant or whether having to have surgery to get it removed or becoming anemic, which were many things that I was experiencing. So once I found out that I had the fibroids and what size they were and the potential damage that it could and was causing, I just had to question whether or not, did I want to go the route of getting, I think it was mammectomy, I don't know, some type of surgery that the surgeon really wanted to do. And he was just so eager to, do the surgery. And at that time also, I recently had a, what is it called? I recently lost, our second baby to ectopic pregnancy. So I think it was literally 4 months after one surgery, he wanted to do this surgery. And this is a major surgery. This is a surgery that doesn't guarantee the fibroids will come back. This is a surgery where you can't vaginally have your birth. It just had so many cons to it. And at that time, I just recently got out of a surgery, so I wasn't even trying to jump back into a whole nother surgery when there were other options. Remember, ladies, there are always options to your journey. There's just not, and that's what I love about journeys, is that you have a plethora of routes that you can possibly take. And so for me, I was like, you know what? No, I'm young. I have many more options that I can choose to take, and I'm not just going to sit here and make a quick decision to be cut again. And the recovery of the ectopic pregnancy was a lot for me. It was a lot. I never had a surgery before. After the surgery, it just took a lot for me to heal mentally, emotionally, physically. It was just a lot on my body. I didn't want to go that route of getting, the mammectomy done. I was like, no, I'm just going to change my eating habits. I'm going to, just research more ways that I can hopefully have a baby. And so that's what I did. I changed my eating habits. I pretty much got rid of meat altogether. And was really just trying to focus on things to eat that were organic and that were more so plant-based. And that's very difficult to do. At least for me, I really wasn't knowledgeable on like vegetarian or however you want to call it. I really wasn't considering myself in that category, but by default that's where I was. The many things that the fibroid was constantly causing me pain during intercourse. Sometimes it constantly caused me to be even to this day, at that time, dangerously low anemic. I think I was like maybe 4 or 5 or something like that, where they were trying to let me know, like, look, if you don't get your iron up, you're going to have to not only get a blood transfusion, but you could possibly die. The fibroid also was pushing on my uterus, so it was causing also with that the bladder to always feel like it was full. So I was always having to feel like I had to go to the bathroom, even though it wasn't really that much that I had to even release. with being low in iron, causes, you know, ones to have difficulty with their vitamin D, also with their hair coming out. It was just a plethora of things that the fibroid was doing. It was literally like a leech, and though it was non-cancerous, it was still just causing so much pain, back pain. It was just a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And then when I had the pain during the intercourse, it would linger for like 3 days, like to the point where I couldn't walk. It was so painful. I would have my child over and over again, kind of thinking to myself, that's what I thought actually. I was like, I would rather have my kid again than to deal with these pains, because it was worse than contraction. I don't know how it felt like someone was literally grinding a knife through my my organs in the cavity of my body. It just felt so painful. God, it felt so painful. And I would be like in fetal position and, you know, on the floor sometimes. Whenever it came, it would sometimes just suddenly come, and then sometimes it would if, you know, it was agitated, it would come during, you know, like I said, during intercourse. I researched all types of different things that I could possibly get done, in which I came across the UFE, which that's going to be the short term for it, which is it is a short term for the uterine fibroid embolization. And I was just researching here in Orlando, doctors and success rates and post surgery, you know, conditions, and just it coming back and things like that. Like it was just a lot to do. So I shared my journey on the surgery, or me going to see the doctor, and the doctor showing me that I had 2 large fibroids, and like I said, it pushing out of my uterus. So he was trying to figure out that point whether or not I would be even a candidate for the UFE, in which I was. From that point on, he was trying to figure out whether or not I had to get the procedure done through my wrist, or whether I had to get the procedure done through my thigh. So I was a candidate. I got this procedure done. The procedure in itself, I mean, I was knocked out, obviously. It was literally, I was in the doctor's office and then out that very day actually. I'm one that does not like to take medicine, so after getting, you know, out of the surgery and everything, I was fine. But during that week time span, they give you stool softeners, they give you Percocets, they give you all types of pain medicines, antibiotics, to make sure that your body is continuously fighting against any bacteria, and also, like, you know, just making sure that it's going to be okay. Well, for me, I didn't want to take the medicine because, again, I'm not a medicine person. I thought that I could just kind of increase my liquid diets to, one, not have to, you know, go to the bathroom where I had to use the stool softeners, which that was fine. I didn't have to use it. But with me taking the smoothies, which was like kale and spinach and things like that, it just wasn't enough to, because I was thinking that if I do this, then my body will be strong enough to fight against any bacteria and I don't have to do the antibiotics or the pain medicine. But girl, bye. I was so already tired from the procedure, so it was like even getting up to even go do these smoothies and things like that was like walking to California. It was so hard. So when I did finally start taking the pain medicine, like I was already like on a 10 of pain, and like it literally, it pushed you to sleep. I was in pain. I was in so much pain. And I was like, ooh, it's thundering. I was in so much pain to the point that I was shaking and I was having like hot and cold, you know, sweats and stuff. Take your medicine, take your medicine, take your medicine. Literally a week it took me to go through the journey of getting healed. But after that, I was fine. I realized that even my periods were very heavy prior to the procedure, like very, very, very heavy, which again was causing me also to be anemic. So after the procedure, I want to say my first period, like, girl, it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. I did not have to use the overnight pads at all. Even the amount, like the clot. I did clot a lot because the doctor did tell me that you will be passing that fibroid because it's dying off, which I was so happy. Like seeing the clots this is the first time I was excited. Like, yes, get out, let's go. So I did have a lot of clotting. I didn't have no pain or anything like that. Like no, I'm not really a cramper when it comes to my periods. So I didn't really experience any of that. It was just a lot of clotting. And again, not a lot of blood at all, like girl. And then my periods don't last for the 8-day span. It's like literally like maybe 6 days or something like that. So it was a huge shift in my period. Like I'm like, wow, like it immediately my body just changed and adjusted. I found out that I wasn't eating as much ice because for me, because I've been anemic, I would just consume bags of ice from like 7-Eleven, like any gas station would go get it, and I would just eat it. Like, oh my God, just talking about my mouth getting watery. So I noticed that in the change. I noticed that I wasn't sleeping as much because again, I would be tired because I was anemic. I just noticed a huge change immediately, abruptly, a change in my life. And I know that had something to do with the procedure, but also because of my eating changed. So the procedure, I definitely will encourage you all to do your research, talk to your gynecologist, or or also with the UFE surgeon to find out not only if you're a candidate, but if this is really something that you really want to do. I definitely will recommend it for anyone who's having any of the things that I listed or spoke about now, because it definitely is a game changer. As far as getting pregnant, I still have not gotten pregnant yet, but I will say my husband and I are not as consistent as we used to be. We're just kind of enjoying ourselves, and sometimes I'll be like, man, we need to get on, we need to get up on it, but then I'm like, you know what, it just kind of is what it is. Like, and I don't want to sound discouraging to anyone, but that's just really truly how I'm feeling right now. It's just like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna go buy all these millions of dollars of things that I was buying, all these pregnancy tests, ovulation tests, all these different things. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna let my body just do what it do. The only thing I'm really gonna do is just track my periods, track my ovulation, and track my basal temperature to kind of make sure that when I am ovulating, then to do whatever. But even that, I've just been chilling with it. As far as the fibroid being completely gone, I do not know. I have to go back to my gynecologist to get to get it looked at. I will say it went from a 6, I had 2 fibroids and it was a 6 and a 4, to 1 fibroid and it was a 4. So the one that was a 6 is now a 4. So that's good news, is that it definitely got rid of the other one. It's now just 1, and it's 4 centimeters and no longer 6 centimeters. I think I answered all of the questions. If you all have any further questions, definitely let me know. I did my procedure here in Orlando, Florida. Again, research your area. But yeah, that's it. If you have questions, comment down below, and if you don't feel comfortable asking the questions in the comment section, then you are more than welcome to email me. My email address is in the description below. And yeah, I will see you dolls later. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for all of your questions. Any concerns that you have, I got you. If I can answer it, I got you. If not, then talk to your doctor, boo-boo. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment down below, turn on your notifications. Dang, I just said that, but y'all know, turn on your notifications, because I will be posting more videos on my upcoming visit to the gynecologist for them to see via my ultrasound what the fibroid hopefully is gone, but what it may be, if it is still there, what the size of it may be. And I will see y'all later. Bye, dolls.